talk about this, okay? Because it's Valentine's Day, as we all know. But there is no love lost between Trump and Mike Bloomberg, who are going at it on Twitter. I mean, first Trump came at him with Mini Mike. Bloomberg is a loser who has money but can't debate and has serious presence. You will see. He reminds me of a tiny version of Jeb low-energy Bush. He had to bring him in. But Jeb has more political skill and has treated the black community much better than Minnie. Okay, then Mike writes back, and then Mike let him have it, tweeting, "We know many of the same people in New York. Behind your back, they laugh at you and call you a carnival barking clown. They know you inherited a fortune and squandered it with stupid deals and incompetence. So here's my question. Is Mike, see, to me, Trump's Achilles heel is his money.
Yes.
He inherited $40 million from his father. He kind of blew it. He's bankrupted casinos, which is impossible to do. Nobody does that.
3 casinos, I believe.
3 casinos have been bankrupted by the guy. And he really hates it. I think that when he and Rosie O'Donnell had that big to-do, remember that? That big fight they had? She used to, like, flip her hair over, and that might have aggravated him, but nothing worse than saying he has no money.
Yeah.
And Bloomberg knows that. Bloomberg's worth $61 billion, and this guy's worth $3.1 billion. That's a big jump.
We don't even know if he's really worth that much.
Right. It could be just all in the licensing.
It feels like a New Yorker Yo Mama contest between rich white guys.
Yeah.
Two rich
I
white
am so here for it.
I know.
You know, I would love to see it on a debate stage. But part of the thing is, Mike Bloomberg is so unflappable and unbothered by these kind of
well, you
insults.
would be too if you were worth $61 billion. That makes you feel secure, you know?
Yes. 61 billion. They say it's not the size that matters, but honey, the size of that bank account is impressive.
It is. It is impressive.
I don't care how short he is.
Yeah.
What do you think, Megyn?
I actually woke up this morning and I didn't say Happy Valentine's Day to my husband. I said, "Does Bloomberg think this is really going to be this easy?" And we had this whole. I did, yeah. Because I woke up and I looked at Twitter and I was like, I know it's so romantic. But we had a whole conversation about it because I think there's a lot of hubris going on that this is just going to be so easy for Bloomberg. He has the money. He's a billionaire. This is a party that for the past 4 years has raged against billionaires in every way. And you have Bernie Sanders, who still has the most delegates so far and is winning at the moment, which I know we have to wait till South Carolina and Super Tuesday. But this isn't going to be this easy. I've been reading a lot of tweets from a lot of journalists saying there's going to be oppo dumps specifically about stop and frisk, his relationship with minority voters, things he said about women in the past. And I just think it hasn't gotten really dirty yet. And I actually, Michael Bloomberg, he was our mayor for, 3 terms. I always knew him to be a very calm, sort of above-it-all politician that doesn't get in the mud. So this new version of him, it'll be interesting to see how this works, this, like, thug, white guy, yo mama thing, because I always thought of him as this sort of, like, erudite billionaire.
Except that, he didn't inherit 400...
thug, white guy, yo mama thing.
Whatever.
Well, that's what Anna said.
He did not inherit any...
It just doesn't seem natural.
The difference between the two of them is that Bloomberg made this money on his own. And I'm
not comparing them. I just think it's a weird thing to be like, there's no clear front runner for Democrats. Nobody's in love. Nobody's falling in love. So this billionaire that used to be a Republican is now a New Yorker that's obsessed with taking away your soda is going to win over populist America in the meantime.
Let's talk about the black community because you brought up...
So we would have one billionaire that used to be a Republican,
by the way,
and another billionaire, Trump, that used to be a Democrat.
Yeah,
and then he was an independent.
Buttigieg has the most delegates. I'm sorry.
But listen, here's my point. The stop and frisk thing, I think it will be counteracted by some of the following. When he was mayor, listen, I'm not shilling for Mayor Bloomberg yet, but I do think there's another side to the story.
You like him? Yeah.
I like him fine. I do. I like Biden, too. I like all of them. I told you. I'll vote for anything. I'll vote for Pee Wee Herman. I told you. Okay. But let's talk about this. He created an office to tackle poverty when he was mayor. He greatly expanded city contracts with businesses owned by minorities and women. He created the Young Men's Initiative to help Black and Latino men stay on track for success. And he reduced incarceration by 40% and juvenile confinement by more than 60%. So that is the balance to the stop and frisk that the Black community is looking at. And you know, as Sonny says every day, no one can win the primary without the Black vote.
I think his record, though, Joy, is problematic. I really do, because not only does he have the stop and frisk issue, he also has the redlining issue.
The redlining thing had to do with the bank.
Yes,
but
he made it racial. He did. And when you
He's
look,
going to have to explain those comments.
And he's on tape. And I have to tell you, someone who defends it,
was redlining.
Was redlining. And bottom line for me is someone that, you know, I guess stands by this stop and frisk policy just months before he then denounces it because he's running for presidency of the United States. I don't find that genuine.
Sonny, he took
I don't find that
yesterday.
Why are we
stop and frisk? And he said stop and frisk, taking a selfie. I don't think that's funny.
Why are we so strict on Democrats and so lenient with Republicans who have the most racist policies and the most racist track record? I mean, why?
I think
every single one who's running probably has, this is a racist country, right?
Yeah.
Every single one of them has something in their background that doesn't look good for race. Well, I just think the idea that he's going to coast into this, but the idea, I think there's a narrative in the media right now. This is going to be super easy for him. He has billions of dollars. It's going to be totally fine. You have to win over black voters to win a Democratic...
He's already doing it.
But you have to win over the Midwest and Pennsylvania and coal miners and people that are not attractive to a lot of the Democratic coalition in order to win the presidency. And Trump has that locked and loaded right now. And I'm sorry, a guy that wants to take away your Slurpee is going to have a real problem in coal mining. And you know what? And a guy who wants to take away your health care is even in worse shape. You know what, Joy? Well, that's true. You know what, Joy? I've been right about election stuff and you've been wrong, so just trust me on this.
How have I been wrong? How have I been wrong?
You thought Trump was going to lose in 2016, and I didn't.
Me and 100 million other people.
Not me.
He did actually lose. You know, we reminded him. 3 billion votes against him.
Does that make you feel good at night?
Yeah, no, it makes me feel bad.
In the White House. It's a ridiculous thing to say every single day on the show. He is president. Move on.
Everybody on this panel repeats themselves, okay?
But it's like you're trying to make yourself feel better.
Can I say this?
It's weird.
I don't want to make myself feel better. I want him out.
Can I say this?
And do you know a good way to do this? Do you know what a good way to do it is? Not ignore coal miners, not ignore...
Nobody's ignoring coal miners.
But I'm telling you that Bloomberg's probably going to have a problem.
You don't know what he's going to do with coal miners yet. All I know is that he's pro-climate. He knows about climate change.
And climate change is a good way to win over coal miners, Joy. I was thinking of Joe Biden.
Can I say this is a hell of a Valentine's Day show.
Climate change to coal miners.
You can call me Joe. You can call me Joe.
I'll call you Joe.
My real name is Josephine.
All right, mira, Josefina.
Josefina. Okay,
can I just respond to this point of... it's okay. It gets hot here sometimes on The View. We're all very passionate women. The one thing that you said resonated with me. Every single candidate is going to have a checker pass when it comes to race.
Right.
I think that's true.
Including the Republican side.
Especially the Republican side, in my view. It's a much more homogeneous party.
The Republican base has stopped scrutinizing themselves.
Yes, exactly. Right. But the problem is, and I think Kamala said it so well during the debate, and I have this problem. Don't show up at a black church after you've ignored black people for so long and then start stumping and telling me that you're involved in the community. You just, don't take advantage of me in that way. I want someone that has a track record with the community.
And who is that?
For me, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
A lot of
There's
black
only one person. I mean, listen. In this track record, the one person that's been showing up to an NAACP event
is Joe Biden.
Is Joe Biden.
Why are you doing this?
Listen, I'm happy if Joe Biden wins. I'm thrilled with him.
What is
My spies... We have to go. My spies told me that a couple in today's audience...
Oh, Lord. You gotta be...
is thinking about getting hitched. And I may have something to do with that later when we come back.